All right, we are live. I'm so excited to be back. Spiritual Talks podcast. I am your host, Gerald. I'm live on Facebook, live during the podcast. So let's get started. I want to talk about one amazing thing and one simple thing, which is the hell are you thinking? Like, what are you actually thinking about? What is your mind focused on? What are your thoughts bringing to life? And why is that important? What you're thinking? Your life is a actual direct result of what it is that you're thinking about all day. Show me what your thoughts are, and I'll tell you what your life will look like. What are you thinking all day long? Because that's what ends up showing up for you. So, if you want to know what it is that you're thinking, there's a level of consciousness, there's a level of awareness that you must tap into. And you can't do that. You can't tap into any level of awareness if your thoughts are constantly coming, right? If they're bombarding you. So, in order for you to know what you're thinking, you'd have to start to slow everything down, slowing your thoughts down, slowing the entire process down of your life. My encouragement, my faith, my belief is that when you utilize, when you slow down your thought process, when you allow your thoughts to subside, you really see the rest of your life. You see space for what could be. And the problem with what it is that you're thinking is that there's no space for what could be, right? What am I thinking? And I want you to write this down. I need take notes of my thoughts. Taking note of my thoughts. What am I thinking? What am I thinking about? Am I here's what I like. This is one of my favorites. Am I thinking about what it is that I'm thinking about? Right? Have I been thinking about it? Because here's the reality. A lot of times we show up in life and we're very shocked about how we've gotten there. We're like, oh my God, how did I end up in this place? How did I get here? And the reality of it is, it's what you were thinking. The reality of it is it's your thought process has allowed you to get right where you are. There's no secret. There's no like, oh my God, how did this happen? Well, it's very simple. How did it happen? You dropped the ball because of what you were thinking. And so we have to take a better inventory of the things that we allow to take root and to take place in our lives. Because if we don't watch what it is we're thinking about, thoughts will come in, they'll start depressing us, we'll start getting into this rut, and then all of a sudden you are in a funk for a week, a month, a year, and there it goes, right? And so what am I thinking about is so important, right? And I want you and us, to be aware of this, to go throughout your day saying, what am I looking and taking inventory of your thought process and say, what thoughts am I feeding myself? Are these thoughts of encouragement? Are these thoughts of success? What am I feeding myself all day long? Are these thoughts of joy? Am I feeding myself thoughts of happiness? What is my thought process? What does that look like for me? Right? Because whatever it is that you're feeding yourself, that's how you're going to show up in the world. If you're thinking, you know what, life is an endless possibility, and there's no telling what's on the other side of this next chapter in my life, guess what? You have the ability to show up in a way that you've never shown up before, right? But if you're walking around thinking and saying to yourself all day, you know what, and nothing ever great ever happens to me. You know, everyone else gets to the breaks, and you know things are never going my way, and you know, if you keep saying that to yourself, guess what life does? Life keeps giving you exactly what it is that you're thinking about. I'm going to say that again. Life gives you exactly what it is that you're thinking about. So if you want life to show up in a different way, then your thought process needs to come up in a different way. What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? Because your thoughts are shaping your destinies. And if your thoughts are shaping your destiny and your thoughts have anything to do with how you feel, then if I'm not making sure that I'm thinking things that make me feel good, then what kind of destiny am I going to have if my thoughts don't make me feel well? If I don't feel great about where I'm going, well, what does my life look like? Doesn't look great at all. It doesn't look great. How can it look great? How? How my thought process is negative. I'm feeding myself discouraging thoughts, and there's no level of belief. Whatever you're feeding yourself, right? So, what am I thinking? What are you thinking all day long? You are what you think about. You are what you think about. As I share this with Facebook Live, I want you guys to share this message on Apple, subscribe to YouTube, subscribe to Spotify, and I want you to ask yourself, what am I thinking about? Why am I not making sure that I'm feeding myself thoughts of value, thoughts of prosperity, right? Because we are exactly where we thought we would be. And I'll say that again. We're exactly where we thought we would be. Your thinking has gotten you right where you are. Your best thinking. Hey, Ree, your best thinking. Our best thinking has gotten us right where we are, right? So if I were wanting to go to another level, if I were wanting to do something different, would I need to step up my thought process? Would I need to change my thought process? I'll give you a great example. I love going on vacation and I love going to travel and doing things. And you know why I do that? And you know why it happens? It's not because I'm so great or any of that. It's because I think about what I want to do and then I do it. It's what I think about. I think about traveling. I think about where I'm going to go. I think about what it's going to feel like. I think about what that hotel is going to smell like. I think about what that ocean's going to feel like. Are you thinking about what your life is going to be like? Whew, come on. Come on. Are you thinking about what your life is going to be like? And if you are thinking about what your life is going to be like, what does it look like? What thoughts what are thoughts of your future? What are the thoughts of your future? That's a great question. What are the thoughts that I have about my future? Write that one down. What are the thoughts that I have about my future? Huh. Great question. Whatever I don't need to know. You need to know, right? Whatever those thoughts are, here's what we know. That's real for you. That's what's going to show up for you 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now. However you see your life, where do you see yourself in the next 10, 15, 3 years? Where do you see yourself? What does that look like? What are you thinking about? What are you thinking? Are you thinking about the next episode of the next Netflix special? Are you thinking about your legacy for your family? Are you thinking about, you know, how you're going to change the world? Are you thinking about like what exactly are you thinking? Because a lot of us are existing in life and not realizing that we've thought ourselves in this place and how powerful it is to know that we have the ability to think ourselves to a new destination in life. The power of thought. Thought plus belief equals results. You have the unique power as a human being to think your way into the next level of your life. You have the ability, I'm going to say that again, as a human being, nothing else has that ability to think your way into the next level of your life. The only question is, are you going to watch what you're thinking about? Because you have the ability to craft the next level of your life. You have that ability. But the question is, are you going to do it? That's the question. Are you going to craft your life in a way that shows up for you in the best way? Right? It's time to take inventory. It's springtime. It's summertime. I think summertime. Yeah, it's summertime. June 1st just hit. No, it's been summertime, May something. But yeah, it's time to go. Let's go. Watch what you're thinking about. It's time. So, if you want to know why your life is the way it is, it's because you're not watching your thoughts. You're not watching what you're thinking about. Watch what you think about and start tailoring it. You know what's really cool for me? I start tailoring my thoughts. I start making sure that I'm thinking about things that serve me, right? I start thinking about things that empower me, things that add value to me, right? What is this doing to me? I go to places that have me thinking about what it would be like to be here, what it would be like to live in this neighborhood, what it would be like to go to this particular restaurant, what it would be like to take this vacation, right? That's what I'm constantly crafting on purpose in my mind, the next level of my life. Are you purposefully crafting in your mind the next level of your life? Is that what you're doing throughout the day? Are you creating this scenario where this is what your life looks like? And I don't mean like some random shit. I mean like literally like the best life you could ever imagine. Like, is that what you're doing, right? If it's not, there's no wonder why your life isn't showing up in a way that is serving you, a way that you feel inspired about waking up the next day. The problem that we have about thought process is that there's nothing inspiring our thoughts. There's nothing inspiring us, right? Find something that calls to you. Find something in your life that reaches out to you and makes you want to get up in the morning. Right. And if you don't know what that is, guess what? That means you need a coach. You need help to say, hey, you know what? Maybe I need to get someone to help me identify some key places in my life that I'm really good at. And maybe that I can make some money off of. Maybe that I could share with my community, with my faith. I'm not sure. But it starts with the thought. It starts with asking, what are you thinking about? Tailoring your thoughts throughout the day, making sure that you're feeding yourself the correct thought process that are going to inspire you and allow you to tap into the next level of your life. So I want you to ask yourself today, am I watching what I'm thinking about? Am I watching my thought process? And if the answer is no, then obviously go back and do so. So I hope this has served you guys. Continue to share this on this podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and let this message serve you. And ask yourself throughout the day: am I thinking about what I'm thinking about? Okay. All right. I'll see you guys soon. Until next time.